Austin, tell us about your Model T.
So I got this in fruit crates about 2.5-ish years ago, and from my maternal grandfather. His friend passed away, and he gave all of these parts to my grandpa, in which my grandpa didn't really have time to put together anything. And so what he did is he said, "Here's all the parts. When you're ready, I'll give you an engine and transmission, and you get the car done and do whatever you want." And so,
How old were you when this started?
16.
And how long ago was that?
2.5. So I'm 18 now.
Okay.
And,
so high school project, typical high school project, right?
Yeah, typical high school project. And how I actually figured this out was the first thing I got for it was my radiator, because on my 16th birthday, I got the brass radiator, and he said the whole car's yours on my 16th birthday.
Wow. Okay, so gave you the gift of the radiator.
Yeah.
To tell you that all these other parts meant something.
Yeah, and these are all, and over time, just been redoing everything. I still have more parts and
so
and stuff.
It was all painted and everything when you got it?
No, these are reproduction fenders and skirts that were just Rust-Oleum primer, but they're original old stock reproductions. So they're probably over 10-15 years old.
Yeah.
But most all of it's original. I had to learn bodywork and paint. All of this back area over here, including the back flat, it looked like someone had shot it with a BB gun and used it as target practice. So there was probably hundreds of dents all through here that all had to be heat shrunk out and hit out. The only thing that I really had to do a large amount of fabrication for bodywork was this. This was all rusted out, this whole back flat. So this was all made of, instead of the original super thin sheet metal, this is all, this is 1/4 inch, I think, and this is 1/8 inch that's been bent over. So this is super sturdy, and it's actually 3 layers of metal. So this one, and this bead had to be rebuilt all along here and welded in. So it looks like it's riveted.
So did anyone help you with this?
Well, you, and then Don Azevedo and my grandfather. So.
And the majority of the time was your grandfather, right? Now, this is not the grandfather that gave it to you.
No, this is my dad, my dad's dad.
Yeah.
So, but first thing I did was the Ruxel rear end, and I had no idea what I was doing. So I rebuilt that about 16 times, 16 separate times, until it started working.
So I can send mine over, because you probably know it better than me.
Well, actually, I didn't have anything at the time. So I know how it works, and I still have more parts for it, but at the time, I didn't know anything about shim stock, and so I didn't have any either. So then Don came over. He looked at it, and he's like, "Wow, this looks great. Where's your shim stock? You know, so your clearance is off a little bit." And so, since I didn't have any shim stock, there's 4 Dr. Pepper cans in my rear end as shim stock.
Nice.
But
tell us about your dash here.
That is kind of a recent addition. It's a white oak that I added in. That is, I just didn't like the idea of having to look all the way down here for everything, because I have a speedometer that's going to go there and a whole bunch of stuff. But I got this clock a while ago, and I have a friend who rebuilt this. But I was told by Don that you want an amperage meter for the generator I have on it, because if that goes in the negative, you're going to burn your generator out. And guess where your generator's right next to? Your carburetor. And so if that catches on fire, then you're not having a good day. And so there's a whole bunch of safety features I've added to it. I've got a emergency on and off switch here. I have auxiliary brakes that I did custom swing arms on it. So new outside brakes. I actually can brake in reverse too, which was nice. But I did custom solid linkages, so none of this is wire. And I put a second pivot in, and I have I wonder if I can take the floorboards out so you can see, but.
Are they painted in there? Usually I take the other
Well,
ones.
these might be. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they're painted in. That's what it is. Because I just put this in here because I wanted to protect it all before I put the upholstery in. Because they say you want to paint everything black because if any of the gaps show through, you're going to see, you know, either wood or light epoxy gray. So, yeah, so these are two screwed together, but I'll just give you a rough idea. But, so I put a second arm down there that has a spring, and so when I actuate my pedal, that linkage will swing the second arm out, and so instead of it being pulled at more of a 45, it's more of a straight shot to the brakes, so I have more leverage with it.
Okay, so it looks like a brake arm there, but that's being actuated by your actual foot pedal for the brake.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very cool. I'll try to do a shot from the back. You can get it. It goes up through there, and then comes down there, and you see two of them. Cool. Now you had a question about the springs.
Yeah. So right now I'm about to do upholstery and then pinstriping. Hopefully afterwards, it doesn't really matter which order, but whichever one comes first. But these fit, but I don't think it's the right year. I think it's probably 25, 26. My second spring is up at the actual house and not in our shop, but so this one wraps over and actually screws in, which I think that's a later thing. And then my bottom spring is 17. It's supposed to be 17 inches in depth, I think.
So you're looking for a 1915 springs,
Yeah.
and for both the back and the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a 18-and-a-half-year-old that's building his own Model T. Anyone in T land knows how to help that.
And if you have a 1915 Roadster convertible top as well, that's also been a pain in the front.
Okay.
So,
yeah.